welcome to my jungle, my place of work for the day. Today we're going to be exploring no-fee coaching, which is quite a red hot topic in the coaching world. It's like you have people who say yay and people who say how dare you, how could you give away something so precious? And I'm going to shed some light on what I've found very effective for myself, for my clients, and for other coaches I've just shared this with. It's really cool. Thank you, Robin. Welcome. So for those of you who don't know me, I am David Saville. I mentor coaches and train them, essentially growing their business through coaching excellence, like making coaching excellent, their service, and every stage of it excellent. And also the art of storytelling, how to communicate who you are, what it is you do, and all that kind of stuff in a compelling way that creates a gravitational pull towards you. And so all the stuff I'll be sharing is about those aspects of our beautiful coaching work. And hey, BM. What's BM, Robin? Tell me what BM is. Welcome Sam. Welcome Chloe. So, no-fee coaching. This is actually, to be honest, this goes for a lot of businesses. It's ridiculously effective. You'll see it everywhere. And yet in the coaching world, there was often debates about it. Some coaches go out, and do you know what? There's even on this thread, right, where in one of the coaching groups I'm in, where there's someone says, if you've got any free offers of coaching, you can post them here, right? And this guy, he posts in there, never free coaching, right? I'm like, I chose not to interact, but I'm thinking, why would you post that? This is a post for people who want to give things for free, and you've chosen to just say a statement of never free coaching. How's that of service to anyone, except, maybe trying to get someone to go, oh no, why don't you do free coaching, and get them to try and, fumble around. That kind of stuff annoys me because there's no service there. And that's the beautiful thing about this no-fee coaching. It's service first. Thank you, Robin. Thank you. Batman, thank you, Robin, from Batman. So this is very important. So if you're an experienced coach, you can, and whatever you are, you want to grow your business. If you tack on the no-fee tryout at the beginning of whatever it is you're already doing, you can amplify and increase things rapidly. And also, if you're new to coaching or you're starting out in any kind of way, you can use it extremely effectively. So the principle of it is very simple. And this came to me, many different ways, but one way that it came to me very recently was when I was in Edinburgh. Walk along the street in a hurry, going from one show to another, which was often the case. Walk past this shop and this woman shouts out, free fudge. And it's like, fudge is nice, but I don't particularly care if I eat fudge or not. And yet, she had this sign, she said free fudge. I looked at it and thought, well, do you know what? Maybe I'd like some free fudge. Give me some energy on the run. So I just popped into the shop, had some free fudge, tried these different flavors out, ended up staying there for a few minutes, trying out different stuff, bought a load of fudge, right? Now, I would not have bought that fudge. It wasn't even in my awareness, right? I didn't want any blooming fudge. I was in a hurry to go see a show. And yet, because they were offering it, because I'd sampled it, right? It was delicious. Suddenly, I've got now more to carry in my heavy backpack of this free fudge, right? So it's there, right? That would never have happened. And so when it comes to people saying about how you shouldn't do free coaching, well, how the hell does anyone know you're any good? How does anyone know what it is to work with you? Just even if you've got a bunch of testimonials and a bunch of people saying how great you are, how do they know that until they've experienced it? And even if you are really damn good at what you do, doesn't mean the chemistry's right. Doesn't mean you're good for this person. It doesn't mean that your strategies are going to be right or anything like this. Although coaching isn't strategy, it's linked as well. But the point is, without sampling, how are they going to know any of this stuff? They're just not. And so, very simply, if you just want to grow what you're doing, or in any way, whether you're starting out, you're experienced, or you just want to explode, start giving free samples away. And very simple, right? You have a very simple process to do this. And I wanted to speak to this too, because I've tried not doing this. I really have. I've in fact had sort of marketing coach and tried different ways of doing it. And it's not worked for me. Works for other people, not for me. For several reasons, actually. One of those reasons are, it doesn't feel right not to give something of service when I'm speaking to someone. It's like, if we're going to speak, you're going to get something of value. Otherwise, there's no point of speaking. As well as that, we need to figure it out, right? I want to test the client out, the person out, as much as them test me out. We test each other out, right? Do we click? Does it spark? Just like if you're going on a date with someone, you wouldn't, well, ideally, although people do make this mistake, you wouldn't ideally go on a second date if the first date doesn't go well. And so, but how do you do that? Well, you need to give something of yourself, And with coaching, it's like you give something that can make a real difference to someone. You don't hold anything back, but you do it in a short way. So, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you do what you can in that time. And then if that goes really well, you're liking each other, you just invite someone back for an actual deeper session. If that goes well, then if you want to, you've got the choices then. If you're early in your development, like really new, I would recommend potentially having another session. But if not, or if you just feel you already know enough, just invite someone to work with you and they can say yes or no. Now from that, right, it doesn't matter if they say yes or no, although you may love to work with them. Every single person that goes through this process could become a referral, could become a client, in a long time from now. Sometimes they may need to go and save up, right? They may not be able to afford coaching right now. Maybe they haven't got the time or attention to give to it right now, but you can be of service in this way. So much comes from this. Plus, you get to deepen your expertise. You get to sharpen the quality of the work you're doing. You get to be better in every way, and you get to make a difference to people. I mean, it's just so much win, it is ridiculous. So hopefully this is making some sense. I can see some comments coming through. If you have any questions, please post them. But let's see what's come through so far. Well, I saw that come through. Robin says, amplify and increase results rapidly. Yeah, damn right. Like my mantra recently, it's like through connection, anything is possible. Well, in coaching, connection is very important. In true coaching, there's different types of coaching actually. There are people who call themselves coaches, but they're not really coaching. What they're doing is they're giving advice and they're problem solving. And it's okay, that is part of what we do as well. I do that kind of stuff with my clients. But that's not really the beauty of coaching. The beauty of coaching is like a connected relationship of support where nothing they can say or do will be judged, where they can tell you anything that's ever happened to them, anything they're doing, their hopes, their dreams, their fears, they can share that with you. And they know it's going to be a safe place. And they know that when they say a crazy dream, something that's everyone around them, either they're scared for them or just thinks impossible, you will go, okay, let's see how we can do that. The first response is yes. There's so much required in a beautiful coaching relationship, and connection is vital for that. And so, from connection, anything's possible. Amplifier. Robin's marked out, I didn't want any blooming fudge. Did I say blooming? How funny. I have been trying to swear less, so that's good. I'm glad I used blooming. And I wouldn't have. And in fact, I've coached roughly around 800 human beings so far. And in that time, I would say, I can't give a percentage really, but a large portion of them did not want coaching. They did not think, I want to get a coach. Didn't even necessarily know what life coaching was. But because I wanted to make a difference, and because we spoke, and I'm like, I think I can help you. Should we talk? And because I did this no-fee tryout stuff, right? Sometimes it's just a single call and you never hear from them again. Sometimes it goes into something beautiful. There's all different kinds of possibilities can occur. But I'd say a lot, probably half, maybe more. Because especially in the early days when I was just coaching anybody who I connected with, they were not seeking coaching, and yet a lot of them experienced something deep and profound, and many went on to become clients for a short time, some for a very long time. It's wonderful. And the same thing I'm noticing in my coach clients, right? The coaches that I've coached or the ones I've consulted with as well. When they do this, it's impactful. And also this is the other thing. A lot of coaches aren't necessarily coaching enough people. If you have space in your calendar, fill it by making a difference to someone. Whether it's in 20, 30 minutes, whether it's over an hour to 90 minutes, whatever it may be, make a difference because you can. Robin says, so true. Having an initial relationship sample with people makes it real and helps people just wonder and stay in their heads with their objections, and no one to talk to about. Exactly, right? It's like everything, there's so much people try and keep in their heads, or they assume that people are going to know and guess. Well, let's remove assumptions. Just like when we're coaching people, let's not assume that we can help them. Let's find out. Because even if someone appears to be a great client through messaging, even if they have been interacting with all your posts and they seem like, wow, this person is so enthusiastic, they're definitely going to be a good client. When you connect or you try to connect, maybe it doesn't work. There's something wrong. You can't necessarily know what it is either or why you can't connect. But the the complexity of connection is vast. So rather than trying to figure it all out, just see if you can connect and make a difference to someone, and then move forwards in some way after that. Helps people not just wonder. Yeah, when I was reading it, it didn't make quite sense either, but I got what you meant. Again, the problem with typing as opposed to communicating, right? That's another interesting thing, actually, just as a side note. When we're typing, we are more literal because we're reading something, whereas when we speak, if we actually, because I've done this where I've typed out the words that I'm saying, we often miss a lot of things, but it doesn't matter because our brain fills in the gap and we we infer things without needing the specific explanation. But anyway, that's a small note. So, wrapping up now. So, no fee tryouts. They're beautiful. It focuses on connection, of being of service. And this, just to be very clear on how you do this. So, let's say you're doing the connect first, invite to a session second. You could then say, look, at the end of the session, you could either say, look, I really think I could help you right now, and I think this program or this way of working would be beneficial to you. Would you like to hear more about it? And they might say yes, or they might not have time. And you either do that there and then, or you do that and say, well, shall we book another call actually? Because we haven't got time now. Shall we do that in another call? And if they say yes, great. If they say no, great, right? Either way, there's nothing hidden. It's fully clear. And then you get someone, if you do have that conversation, who is actually interested and has the space potentially and the money to invest potentially into being helped in the way that you can help them. It's very cool. So, question from Robin: are you very social? Do you get in front of people a lot? Me personally, am I very social? I would say yes and no. I would say it varies for me. I do a lot when it comes to clients, if I look at most of my clients, they've come from online connections through Facebook and LinkedIn. That's where most have come from. So online connect first, you then get onto a call, like a video call, and then from there, things happen. That's the majority of it. When I did a lot of talks, like in a 2.5 year space, I did like 400 different events, like it was included retreats, workshops, interactive talks. Obviously I was being social then, in that sense at least. And so much, and then I was creating from that space too. Although I'd still say online has been the strongest way that I've created consistently over the years. I would say that's the majority. Hopefully that makes sense. Maybe if you've got a deeper question you could ask, and I will respond in another video actually, because it might be an interesting one. So actually, Robin, not for now because I need to go, but what is the actual real question there actually? Why do you want to know that, and how could it be of service to you? If you formulate a great question, I will create a video for the answer. Thank you very much for being here. If you have any further questions, by the way, do post them. I'll come back and check. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Or I won't see you technically, but you'll see me. And I look forward to seeing you interact, which I really like. Thank you, and I will see you soon.